But no, man.
How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yeah. So, welcome to episode 45. No, wait, 46. Of Why Not Recording This. And this evening, I'm joined by the homie Pedro. What's going on, man?
You good, yeah?
Yeah, man. I'm good. Good to see you, man. It's been a minute, so I guess to give it a quick summary, Pedro, you go back, what, 10 years, give or take?
Give or take 10 years. So I first met this guy when I was 16.
Yeah, give or take, because you're still in college.
Yeah, my first job was at Sports Direct.
Yeah.
Never worked in retail before. And I was lucky enough to have someone who's had retail experience and someone I could relate with as well. So yeah, give or take 10 years.
That's a good run. So like, what have you been up to the past 10 years? Because I mean, back then we'd have conversations of things you want to do and things like that. But like, now that I see you in the flesh,
the guy that you knew 10 years ago compared to the guy you know now, it's been a whirlwind of a time. So obviously I've grown up a lot since we first met. Not just mentally, obviously physically as well.
Yeah, I mean, you're looking a little swole these days.
As well, so, but most importantly, mentally, emotionally as well. I'm just in a good place in my life at the moment. So I've just been working, got a degree, and I started up my own business as well. So thank you. So that's what I've been up to over the past few years.
It's quite interesting that you're touching on well-being and all this and that, because I guess that's your expertise when you're talking Limitless.
Yeah.
I mean, it's about mental health and well-being. Like, what's the journey been like?
So the journey's not been easy at all. Like any entrepreneur will know, when you first start something, it does take a lot of time for you not to perfect it, but to have the right ideas and implement them ideas. So we've had a few roads and a few speeds and bumps, but we managed to navigate it, learn from it, and obviously try again. So I failed on a few things. I've tried a few things. I thought they were going to work out, but they haven't. But it's part of the journey.
Yeah.
So in a nutshell, what Limitless is about is exactly what you said. Health and well-being, and just as a big advocate in regards to like mental health, well-being, physical health, well-being as well. It's something I've always wanted to do. Yeah,
because I was gonna say, what was the transition from over 10 years ago, and then like what inspired you to explore this journey?
So what it is. How can I put it? When I was younger, should I say, I've always wanted to have my own sports brand. You always have your Adidas, your Nikes, and I always aspired to have like my own sports brand or my own business. So even at college, I studied business at college, and then transitioned from studying business at college to studying sports business management at university. So I've always had my eye on having business eventually, and obviously sport is a massive part of my life, so I couldn't see myself not doing any sport, so I have to do something. If you ask my friends and family, if I'm not in the gym, I'm playing football. If I'm not playing football, I'm watching sport or just taking it in. So the roads always led to me eventually doing something with Limitless around sports and health and well-being. Here we are now. So.
Where does the name come from then?
The name Limitless, basically, I don't know if anyone's ever watched the film Limitless.
With
Bradley Cooper. So I just took a snippet out of that, and obviously, Limitless for me means like you're in basically, there's no boundaries in terms of what you can achieve. So Limitless, and then I put Gen at the end. So generations. So I feel like at the moment we're living in a generation. In a generation full of limitless possibilities. So you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, and if you've got the right environment around you. So that's where the name Limitless came from.
Okay, so like you mentioned failures earlier. So since you're about health and mental health and well-being, so how did you navigate those sort of hiccups, since that's pretty much the ethos of the brand or the business?
So for me, it's just about having mental toughness and just having the willpower never to give up. I've grown up around people. I've had people around me. My mum and dad. Shout out to my mum and dad, who have put basically a structure in place where I can achieve whatever I want to achieve by bringing me to the country and obviously get me through the education system and just basically setting standards in place that I can achieve what I need to achieve if I put my mind to it. So to answer your question, in terms of failures, how I've managed to navigate failures, it's just a case of just remembering that there's always going to be a new day. No matter if you've had a bad day and you failed on that day, you've always got a chance to make up for it the next day. As long as I'm breathing, I've got 2 legs, 2 eyes, 2 hands, there's always a chance for me to make amends from the previous failings that I had the previous day. So yeah, it's just having that mental toughness and just having that willingness to know that I can change what I did the previous day.
So question for you, what's the difference between like mental toughness and mental health? Because I feel like those live in the same realm, but are slightly different, if that makes sense.
So for me, mental toughness is having the courage to carry on going. And for mental health is more what you've got inside your head, what's going on inside your head. So a lot of things that go on inside your head, a lot of people keep it bottled up and they don't really put it out there for everyone to see.
Because some people say it's a weakness.
It's a weakness, especially for men. Us men.
Especially the ego comes into play as well.
The ego is massive. And for someone who I've just learned over the past couple of years to start opening up more, and there's nothing wrong with opening up in terms of your feelings and stuff like that. And I've encouraged a lot of my friends as well to start opening up more in terms of how they're feeling about stuff, because there's nothing worse than keeping everything inside and putting on a brave face every day, because that brave face that you put on every day will only get you so far until you snap. And when you do snap, sometimes it's too late for some people, you see. So for me, it's just mental health. It's a massive thing, and it is still something that continues to impact me on a regular basis, especially with my health at the moment as well. But going back to the mental toughness is, for me, I've been diagnosed with epilepsy for 7 years. And obviously having epilepsy, a lot of people don't really talk about. It's not really something that a lot of people touch upon. But having epilepsy, it does slow you down. So say if you do have a seizure, the next day you sleep it off, your body doesn't feel the same because you're just tired, you just can't be, you've not got the energy. It takes it a lot out of you. So the way I see it is, every seizure I have, me recovering from that is a second chance to me of me being better the next day, trying to be better the next day. Because the way I see it, every seizure I have is just a reminder of how lucky I am, because some people have seizures more regular than I do. And some people have seizures and they don't recover from it as well, because it can cause all sorts of complications for some people. So I've been blessed with recovering from my seizure, but still having the opportunity to rectify and just keep going in terms of what I want to achieve long term. So I don't really let it bother me. So just having that mental toughness to carry on going.
It's almost as though the mental toughness comes from counting your blessings.
Blessings.
So it's like, actually, you know what? It means I get another shot to take at this.
That's how I see it.
Well, I didn't know you had that. Like, so what happened? Sorry.
Do you know what it is? It's like a lot of people are like, oh, you've got epilepsy. I don't mind talking about it because it's not something that's really talked about by a lot of people.
I mean, I know nothing. Like,
no one knows.
As far as I know, is epilepsy. Okay, there's a seizure involved. As far as that's where it's just blank. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people don't really, not very well educated on
well versed
seizures and what to do, etc., how it's caused. So my seizure, I first got diagnosed with it when I was at university. Just I've never had no health issues or anything like that. I've always been healthy.
Yeah, I mean, like back then when I knew you, you're still kicking ball, you were just like
playing football, just everything I could get myself into, I was there. But I had no issues at all leading up to when my first seizure happened. And then when it did happen, I thought I just passed out.
Yeah.
It was so out of the blue, I thought I just passed out.
Yeah.
So I thought nothing of it, went to university. And then the lifestyle I was living at university probably didn't help what was happening because you go to university.
I mean,
you know what it is.
There's a lot of liquor flowing, there's vibes,
a lot of alcohol, vibes and stuff like that, staying up till late. And
then it took a toll on the body, not resting up as you should.
And my epilepsy is, sometimes it comes from sleep deprivation. So not having enough
that's
sleep.
a huge one.
It's a huge one. Yeah. So sleep deprivation, also stress as well. So there's a lot of factors that could impact, could impact how you are diagnosed with epilepsy. So, I'm just right now I'm on control medication, and I'm just blessed to be here because. Like I said, there's some people who have it on a regular basis. We could sit right now and just have a seizure out of the blue. But I'm blessed enough that in terms of my seizures, they don't happen that often. Yeah. You see, so yeah.
So I'm assuming then, like making sure you get enough sleep also slows them down. And I guess maybe that's also where Limitless ties in. Yeah. In terms of that, because obviously. It's kind of like it's a physical test, but there's an understanding that you cannot control it. Yeah. So what you can control is actually your thought process through it and whilst it's happening. Right. So if you're in a healthy mental space, you're a lot more receptive and you can actually deal with it. I guess that's the mental toughness, which is the dealing with it. Like, I guess I have this condition, but I'm strong enough to be like, tomorrow I'm going to appreciate it. I'm not going to let it slow down.
Exactly.
No, man.
Exactly that. So you just hit the nail right on the head. Everything you just covered down in terms of how I'm seeing life at the moment is exactly how I'm seeing it in black and white, in colour. So yeah, just try and live every day better than I did the day before. So some of my people, close friends around me always like, you're doing too much, slow down, But I don't know what could happen the next day. Tomorrow's never promised.
As long as you go to bed feeling like I did what I wanted to I express myself how I wanted to.
So,
Okay, right. Okay, so how does that tie into sport then? Because right now it's been a sort of a mental conversation and understanding one's mental.
For me, sport, it just gives me freedom to basically release. A lot of people can release in different ways, painting, sewing, but for me, sports. So going to the gym, boxing, playing football, it just gives me that opportunity to just let loose. Okay. So, and it keeps me sharp as well mentally, it keeps me going in terms of, I'm a competitive person, so I'm always looking to better myself, what I did previously in the gym or how I played. I'm one of my worst critics. I'm not a footballer, but if I have a bad game, best believe a lot of people will know. Like, and I'm like thinking to myself,
it doesn't represent me.
And when the boys as well start getting onto you, like you didn't play well, I'm like, I didn't play well. Like, what happened? So I'm my own worst critic, but I wouldn't change the way I run things in terms of that point of view for anything, because sport has helped me a lot. It's helped me get through a tough situation. It's character development as well.
No, that's true. Because I guess, to be fair, to play sport, you gotta have some sort of mental toughness. And I guess your mental health gotta have some sort of healthness to it, if I may put it like that. Because like I'm just thinking, because like if you had a bad game, it's not like that's it, suck it off, I'm not playing football no more. But you gotta have the spirit and the sort of know-how to be like, now I'm gonna come back again. This is not my final form. And also understanding I'm not fit, so this is just work in progress. Okay, so like how does Limitless then? What's the actual service? Is it a service based?
So Limitless is put in place now to basically help people and educate people and give people the empowerment to be better than what they are. So say for example, I recently had someone come on that we interviewed on Limitless called Cindy. In terms of her background, her story is amazing. Her story. She, a refugee, was the first refugee to basically represent for boxing at the Olympics.
Oh, right, okay, as in fight for Great Britain.
No, she fought for the refugee team.
Oh, right, oh, yes,
So
gotcha.
she fought for the refugee team, and basically she won a bronze medal at the Olympics. So props to her, shout out to Cindy. But just her story, there could be someone who's in a similar position to Cindy at the moment, who's aspiring to be a boxer, who's aspiring to get into boxing, but there's certain barriers in place that are preventing that person from getting to where they want to be. So just her telling her story on camera and her giving that empowerment to that person who's looking up to her. That's what we want Limitless to embody. Basically, people from different sporting avenues to come in and tell their story, talk about the trials and tribulations, and just to pass on advice as well in terms of what people who are looking to get into that type of sport, what they can do. And also, we had a runner as well called Douglas. He used to play football, but he left football and he got into ultra marathons. He started running marathons on a regular basis. So I'm not a runner.
I should do a 10K.
I only run. If it comes to football, I'll run. But in terms of people who run like 10K on a regular basis, you have to have that mental toughness. And he basically
going to test you.
It's not just like physically, but mentally it tests you. And he tells his story about how he got into running and the lifestyle he was living before running, how he wasn't happy, etc., etc. And the mental toughness that you need to have in place in order to tackle that barrier that's in front of you. So, and Danny as well, she tells a story about how she got into the gym, fitness, and how she used to do gymnastics, but she kind of fell out of love for gymnastics and went to uni, started drinking, etc., etc. How she came out of that and how fitness has helped her kind of be the person she is.
It's almost like she has to go back to who she was, her old self, to actually...
And I feel like there's a lot of people who are in a similar position than these guys just mentioned. And they just don't know what to do or
where to look at.
Because there's not a lot of people who like to tell their who can put their stories out there on camera like that. So with Limitless, our motto is to inspire, empower, and to also to inspire, empower, and to motivate individuals to be the best people that they can be. So that's the motto behind the company, you see. So as long as we're touching on all them three areas, that's how I feel like that's the type of service we want to provide long term. But so there's other aspects to it as well that I can touch upon like later on.
You can touch on them. I know there's products, but like just to stick on this one. So I'm assuming then, by my understanding, it's kind of like community based and also inspiring the others via the other stories that they hear. So there's an element of each one teach one. And that's pretty cool. And then you also have the products.
The products. If you know the story about Limitless, it originally started as a portable blender business. Back in COVID time, had a lot of time on my hands, and I just thought to myself, like, with all this time that I've got on my hands right now, I need to do something. Like I told you, no one was going to the gym. It was lockdown. So you have to fill your time some way. So I thought I would never get an opportunity to start something.
To have time of some sort.
Time to like perfect.
Do something,
So I thought, you know what, this is the perfect time to sit down, plan something, research, et cetera, et cetera. So I just seen a gap in the market for portable blenders because we like things quick.
Yeah, convenience.
Yeah.
And
So convenience. So in terms of I knew after lockdown that everyone was going to go back to the gym and everyone was going to go on that huge health kick. So at that time, I thought, you know what, let me find a product that could cater to people who are looking to get into like the dieting, fitness and stuff like that. And I used to find the problem all the time that whenever I'll go to the gym, I'll make a protein shake and you'll shake it, but you'll have the big
there's still going to be a couple of lumps up there. Yeah.
So I thought, you know what? I need to eliminate
make it
that
a lot
issue,
easier.
make it a lot smoother when I'm drinking my protein. So I just thought, portable blenders, put the protein in, and then you double click it, and it just does the job for you, and it's a smoother protein shake that you're having. And when I first started working post uni as well, I never used to eat breakfast. I used to skip breakfast all the time.
But you need to up your protein intake.
My protein intake and just my 5 days as well. So I thought, you know what? Rather than miss breakfast because my energy will be drained.
Yeah, you can still drink something on the move.
Exactly. So let me put my fruits in the blender the night before, or just let me buy some fruits from Lidl or something, and then I can just blend. Let's make a smoothie at my desk, and just drink it at my desk or wherever I am. So due to the portability and the products, how easy it is, I just thought it'll make sense. So I kind of went through a roller coaster because when you create a product, you never know, it could be hit or miss. And I had a lot going on at that time as well, due to my personal reasons. I was going career change, breakup. There's a lot of things going on around that time, so I just kind of stayed away from it. And then after that, I just took time out to myself, just try and find myself again. And then this year, I told you the story the other day. I just thought I owe it to myself to try again, test the market again.
Exactly.
And with what I'm doing with the with interviewing people in regards to fitness and well-being, why don't I bring a product that will kind of coexist with that as well? So,
make it full circle, because it is a sort of, there's a health benefit to having one for those who don't have breakfast. All right, okay.
Yeah, so that's the convenience behind it. And for me right now, in terms of the product itself, it's not in everyone's faces at the moment. For me, my main focus is building the community of what we talked about in regards to sitting down with people, educating people, and trying to help people get into that mindset of I can relate to that person, because a lot of people are missing role models. People that can
like you said, feeling like you can relate to someone, or relatability, because that's a huge one. Because when you hear someone else tell a story about, oh snap, they're going through the same thing I'm going through. Oh, you know what, maybe I'm not alone, or I shouldn't feel alienated, or I shouldn't feel like I don't belong.
Exactly.
And go on.
And no, I was just going to say, a lot of people look at celebrities.
Yeah.
A lot of people tend to look at celebrities. I want to be like Michael Jordan. I want to be like Ronaldinho. But realistically, you can be like that. I'm not saying to anyone, don't try and be like Michael Jordan or Ronaldinho. But if we're looking at it from a realistic point of view, probably your next door neighbor who's into fitness, well-being, and they're doing, you probably got more in common and more relatability to them than you would with Ronaldinho, Michael Jordan, and stuff like that. So it's just everyday people. I could have tried and targeted the more established people, like your footballers and stuff like that. But in terms of me targeting footballers, sometimes it doesn't seem tangible. Yeah, it doesn't seem tangible for Jordan, for Jordan, who's just come out of university and 19 years old. Well, he started university, and he wants to get into his fitness. He's never been in the gym before, but if he can relate to a story from someone, everyday person, who's gone through the journey, he's 24, 25, just a normal person. And they can be real in terms of how they've gone through the journey, what they've done step by step.
Okay, yeah.
they can relate more. Jordan can relate
no,
more.
I definitely hear that, because arguably, even one of the reasons why I do why we're not recording this, there's a huge element of each one teach one, which is why I guess on our side it touches on, it's more so creatives, but also, as well as people that are finding, you know what, they have an interesting brain, and you know what, could do with a conversation, and I'm probably going to leave having learned something, and I hope it was beneficial for them. So it's dope. So like, are you doing it on your own?
So I've got a great team behind me. Like I always say, there's a lot of people who think, oh, Limitless is Pedro. I don't run this by myself. I've got a great marketer behind me. I've got someone who looks after my mental health aspects of the brand behind me as well.
Okay, yeah.
And I've got a great business developer / my right-hand man as well behind me as well. So there's 3 people I work with really closely. And without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at in terms of keeping me on the straight and narrow, because they always say behind a very good individual, there's always a great team as well. So yeah, I've got a great team behind me. So yeah, to answer your question, I'm not doing it by myself.
No, that's sick. Okay, yeah.
Okay, yes, it's a whole journey. I've learned, it's just over the past couple of months, to be honest with you. I'm learning to basically enjoy it.
Yeah.
You see, because I said this start this year that there's a lot of things or a lot of people who are in my life that don't really serve me a purpose. As bad as it sounds, but they don't really serve.
You're about to be cutthroat.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking.
But sometimes you have
Not
to
literally.
you have to look at it black and white and say, is this person really making a difference in my life? Like, are they slowing me down?
Is it good for mental health?
Yeah, because you have to surround yourself around winners. If you don't surround yourself around winners, you're always going to be finishing in the same place all the time. Because if you're finishing 5th all the time, eventually you need to surround yourself around people who are going to help you get to the top spot.
So in a way, surround yourself with people who have come first, or at least aspiring for first.
Aspiring, yeah.
Yeah, not settled with 5th.
Exactly. And for me as well, I enjoy helping others as well. But there's only so much helping you can do for people who don't want to be helped. You see, so I went to a meet the other day in regards to someone who used to be an ex-footballer. He talked about his journey, and there's something that he said within that meeting that really stuck with me in terms of like having the right people around you. And said building a vision board as well in terms of what you want to be. So your targets, your goals and stuff like that as well. And when I look at my targets, I look at my goals, I'm thinking, who are the people who are going to help me achieve this?
Yeah. How am I going to get closer to it?
Yeah, how am I going to get closer? Sometimes you have to go on a journey by yourself. Yeah. In order to basically enjoy it as well. And you can look back in 10 years' time and be like, I was there.
Yeah,
and now
I mean, we were in Sports Direct 10 years ago, so this is actually dope to see like us.
So it's progress. It's crazy how the world helps people come back together, but it's like you just have to enjoy the process as well. But one thing I always say is just stay humble as well, because I come from humble beginnings. Literally came to this country, had nothing. Me, my dad, and my sister, and we had nothing. Literally, I didn't even speak a word of English, so. For me to go from that to where I'm at right now, got a degree and living by myself and stuff like that, and I've got my own brand now. It's like a full circle.
No, to be fair, like you said, like even Limitless and what you're doing, you are kind of an inspiration to someone else on its own. Do you know what I mean? And to be fair, also one of the reasons I do this is for people to have the opportunity to tell the story, or even like inspire someone else who might be listening, be like, oh yeah, I can relate to that. So like it's quite interesting, man. It's quite interesting. And actually, like the actual person that you're talking about is Aaron Burns.
Aaron Burns.
Aaron
Burns, top guy. I've seen him before, top guy.
Very cool dude, because actually you invited me. I did not know what I was coming to or anything like that. But like it was quite dope, and the value of reading. And actually, shout out to Made Running for Heaven.
Shout out to you in the
shout out, because I mean, this is your stomping ground.
And that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of people out there that kids are not got role models to aspire to. So people like Herman and people like Daniel as well, who's doing a great job with the youth in Bolton, in deprived areas, and just keep giving them something to do. Luckily enough, I managed to get myself my coaching badges. Next manager. My coaching badges, so I'm working my way towards that as well. So without him implementing that, be the change, I wouldn't have that opportunity to pass on my love for football to kids. Try and help them win on a Saturday.
So it was almost like, it is possible to
it's
do.
possible. So having role models that you can aspire to like that, people like Herman, Daniel, in the community as well, is really important, because there's not a lot of people that you can look up to. You get your rappers, you get your footballers, but real life people who are willing to pass on knowledge.
Because arguably with the rappers and the sports athletes, you're actually seeing a marketing version of them. So,
you don't see it in real life. But one thing is passing on knowledge. A lot of people are I call it greedy when it comes to passing on knowledge. They don't want to tell you the secret of how they got somewhere.
What do you think that is?
Do you know what it is? For me, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I think, you know what? I think the people who do that, they don't want you to be more successful or as successful as them.
Or is it competition?
Competition,
because it's like if I'm running at my own pace and someone else starts running, then it might not sit right with me if they're ahead of me.
But then again, I don't know. Some people are different.
You're just hypothesizing. It's not.
It's not. Some people are different, because the way I see it, like, say for example, you're ahead of me and you're giving me this knowledge that I can feed off and get to a point where I'm ahead of you as well. I've given you that knowledge for you to be better
than exactly.
So it gives me, for me, it would fill me with more joy than I've been that inspiration for you to become better. Or to put yourself in a better situation, your family in a better situation.
Maybe it's a competitive nature.
Sometimes it is,
or maybe it's I got it out the mud. You gotta go through the mud. It ain't that easy, B.
But end of the day, it's like guys like Herman, guys like Daniel put things in place. Even his team at the moment, his team. I see the way they are around him. It's like a family. Even with Daniel, the team that we have, the coaches and people that run the after the clubs for him as well. It's like a family. They all respect him.
To be fair, it was very good energy when it came through.
Because the thing is, you have to be a good person. You ain't gonna get anywhere. I don't care what anyone says. If you're not a good person, you're not gonna get anywhere. And that's one thing I pride myself on trying to be, a good person, because there's so many enemies that you can make being a bad person.
It's easier being nice.
It's easy to be nice, but some people take you niceness
take it for granted.
For granted as well. So you need to be a little bit careful.
But then again, if someone is taking you for granted, now it's down to your mental well-being as to how you're going to receive that and how you're going to navigate it per se. So,
so it's one of them things. A lot of people tend, because I'm very, what's the word? I like to read people. So if I meet you, if you're in my circle, you're not in my circle by chance. You're in my circle because I've taken time out to study.
To be like, are you worth my time?
It's not even worth my time. It's like, are you a good person to be around me? Because in terms of character, there's certain characters I don't like to surround myself around. One thing is, not being a good person, I can't have you around me. Because the way you speak to me or the way you speak to other people,
it's going to speak volumes.
It's going to speak volumes.
So is that how your team was curated then?
Yeah, that's how my team. I've got people who are very good people in my team. So they've all got different characteristics. But the main thing that I look for when I put this team together, are they good people?
What have you, is it down to, have you been backstabbed before? That's actually because someone else can argue that, is that you having your guard up or boundaries?
I think you should always have your guard up anyway. when you first meet someone, you can't just be, everything and then put it all out there. You have to be a little bit reserved.
Yeah, study their patterns.
Yeah, just study patterns, because it takes me a little bit of time to warm up to people.
Yeah.
So people might think, he doesn't like me. It's not that I don't like
it's not personal.
It's not personal. It's just the way I am. I'm just taking my time.
Yeah. It's like the frequencies ain't for me right now.
The frequency. But once we get there, best believe that, like...
Yeah. It ain't too shabby. Yeah. A cool dude.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's one of the main reasons I put the team together. Full of good people, and they help me be good as well. So,
No, that's it. Because like it sounds like there's a community of some sort. I mean, even Herman allowing us to use his space, it's quite cool, and it's nice, because obviously you can argue that you are looking up to them in a certain way. And that's pretty cool. So like in our podcast, we usually talk music as well.
Talk music.
Yeah. So like it comes in the form of, let's see, what's been your track of the day, track of the week, or track of the month? One that's been getting your spins.
You know what? Monday, I went to watch Chris Brown. Huge Breezy fan. Watching him for the second time.
Okay.
And to be honest, that's
he's a dope performer, man.
Production, everything. Like, I was thinking to myself, I could do what he's doing.
Until you try. Gotta have the stamina.
Well, bro, the stamina to sing, to dance, etc., etc. It's like, I'm good.
My knees ain't built like that.
My knees ain't built like that. They're not built like that for football. Never mind backflips and stuff like that. So to answer your question, I've just had Chris Brown on blast.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people tend to say my music taste is a bit off, because I seem to discover, I don't know how, but I always seem to discover songs later. I'll discover it like 6 months after. I'm like, who's that guy?
Like, fam, we've been on that.
This guy's been on, like, I was like, I've only heard this song today. You're a year late. You're a year late. But in terms of music, it plays a vital part in terms of, like, especially when I'm in the gym, running machine, or even hitting the bags. I've always got music on. So I haven't got a specific song.
Okay.
I just let it play. So at the moment,
So yeah, I guess at the moment it's just Chris Brown.
It's just Chris Brown. I listen to a lot of
even
French music.
He just did a bit of time over somewhere around here.
I just listen to whatever's on the car. I put it on shuffle. But more at the moment, I'm trying to get into reading, because I don't read enough. So just listen to audiobooks.
I was going to ask you, what are you reading? So what are you listening to then? Audiobooks?
At the moment, I'm listening to a book called Split the Difference.
Split the Difference.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that negotiating skills?
Yes, It's about negotiation skills. Have you read it?
No, I haven't. Well, in my mind, like in terms of our business, it's always like, like if it gets too tight, split the difference. That's kind of like the way out. That's if you want the deal or whatever. Okay, no.
So that's the book that I'm currently listening to at the moment. My good friend, business partner, David, he bought the book for me for my birthday.
Oh, that's dope. That's a good friend. A friend who gets you books.
He's a great friend. We have our arguments sometimes, but it's all love. He bought me for my birthday. He just never got the chance to sit down and just like, always doing something. I'm always doing something, so I can't sit down and just read the full thing.
Well,
So it got suggested.
This time you made no excuses.
Yeah, exactly. It says it on the tin there. So it got suggested to me, why don't you just listen to it on Audible? And I thought, why not?
How you finding it?
I'm finding it so far. I'm at the start. I can't lie. It's a slow burn at the moment. Because in terms of book, I've never really been a reader like that. I've never sat down. I've probably read like 2 full books in my life. That's a bit mad. People are like, oh, but so I'm trying this year. I'm determined to read or listen to at least 3 full books. And get that out of the way.
Well, like, what inspired it? Or was it just you sitting one day thinking, I don't read enough?
I don't read enough, and just to grow my vocabulary as well, and just to put me in a different set of how I think, and just to get that education as well. because a lot of my friends who do read say that it does really help you improve certain aspects in terms of your vocabulary, just different ways of thinking, and just different ways of understanding things as well.
Okay.
You see, so I thought, you know what, this year I'm definitely going to try and improve that.
Yeah. What's the goal? How many books you got in mind?
What are the books that I've got in mind?
No. How many books you thinking to read? Because there's 6 months left of the year. What's the goal?
It's 3.
3. Okay. 3. No, like that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, that's a reasonable number.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3.
Okay. What's been your favorite book? This is going to be the book section.
The book section.
Yeah. This started off as a music section, but now let's go.
The book session.
What's.
I've never had an outstanding book because, like I said, I've not really been into books like that.
Okay.
To be honest with you, so to have an outstanding book that I've always liked, I couldn't even tell you.
Okay.
So that's why with these books, hopefully out of the 3, I find one that I really enjoyed listening to or reading. Okay. So it's Split the Difference, The Alchemist.
Ooh, that's a good one. The Alchemist.
Do you know how many times I've cited The Alchemist?
I've
cited it so many times, but I just never finish it.
Yeah, no, you should finish it because I think I've read it maybe 4 times.
4 times?
Yeah, minimum. Yeah, I've read it several times. And it's almost like quite therapeutic, and it's a nice reset. I feel like when I finish it, it's a nice reset, like, all right, let's go type of book. Well, for me anyway.
See, I don't get that. Like, do you know when I'm reading the first couple of pages?
No, I mean, I think it's good. Like here's the thing for me. Well, I don't want to ruin it for you.
Yeah.
But it just, I feel like it speaks on the sort of spiritual realm. Like in terms of in terms of the journey, we can always speak about the mental health, the physical, and how you do things. But at the same time, it's now acknowledging the universe as in it's going to align things for you and work in your advantage only if you're savvy or awake or present enough to see those omens. Because that's pretty much what it is. It's like, see the signs, the alchemist. Alchemy is creating something, like, you know what I mean? So I really like that book. So
I'll read it. I'll take your recommendation and what I've started already in order to finish it. So yeah, it's top of the tree before the end of the year to finish.
No, man, like when you read it next time, read it and draw yourself, like run parallel to that storyline or applying your own personal life to what's going on to homie in terms of perspective. It's a dope book.
Yeah,
I might go read it again. Anyways. But no, to be fair, like that author is actually good. I think his name is Paulo Coelho. Probably messing it up because I think he's Spanish or Portuguese.
I think he's Spanish. Now you said his name, I can,
Yeah, Paulo Coelho. He's like, I've read maybe 3-4 of his books. One of them's the Valkyrie. Anyways, now I'm kicking up. But I dabble with the reading from time to time. But so I'd say my track of the week. Coming back to all actually talking about me.
Your track of the week.
Track of the week. Man, my phone's over there, so I can't even pick one right now. I feel like I'm in, let's see. Give me a second. Man, one second. I'm gonna have to check my phone. Don't worry, I'm still here. Sorry,
It's cool.
Oh, crap. Who does that? Let's see. So I just need to go Spotify quickly. Don't mind me.
No worries.
Ooh, actually, I've been listening. I was listening to this dude, Wolves. Well, his name is not Wolves. His name is Mega.
Right.
Mega, the dude from Belfast. I was checking out his album. He's homie from Belfast where I grew up. He's good actually. Right. He made a joint project with Eulogy, one of the producers in Belfast. It's a dope track. That's as much as I can say in terms of the track. But it's like, when you're hearing a song from someone that you know and you haven't heard anything in ages, like, ooh, like that, like exactly that excitement. So that's what I've been bumping of late. And I think it's been a dope conversation.
Yeah, it's been a dope conversation. I really enjoyed obviously talking to you about the brand and just overall just having a conversation because a lot of people, like I was saying, don't really tend to have conversations. They don't even see anyone, you see. So just sitting down and just talking about just normal stuff
No, but like, to be fair, who would have thought? Because even when we're in Sports Direct, our conversations were somewhat aspirational most of the time, sitting at 6, 5 a.m.
Yeah, I was a young club coming
thing.
in. I literally used to walk from the other side of Bolton to town centre. They'll put me on the McDonald's run. 6 a.m.
Go get the coffees.
Go and get the coffees. And I couldn't get anything wrong as well.
Because you know you're going to get rinsed.
Yes, but you know what? Like I said, I wouldn't change any of that for anything.
Oh no, because here's the thing. I feel like like working in retail also kind of helped with our sort of social skills.
Yeah, of course.
Or being able to relate. Especially if you're trying to upsell something. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to upsell an insult to someone, you gotta find a way to be relatable.
It's funny you say insult, because one of my good friends that I've met, that we're still friends now, that's how I met him. Like basically, I sold an insult. I was like, yeah, it'll make your football boots better. Yeah, it'll make you run faster. You'll be like Ronaldo. I was selling that to him and his mum, and his mum bought it. Yeah. And guess what happened the next day? She bought it back to get a refund.
I think
she felt sorry for me. But yeah, we still talk about the story now. Shout out to Julian. Yeah. But we still talk about the story right now. But obviously, it's just what you said in terms of improving your social skills. Serving different types of people. Oh yeah. You come across different types of people speaking to you like in a mad rude way, but
and you gotta learn how to code switch. Like
you just have to have that not even mental, but you need to have that what can I say? That restraint sometimes, just to stay calm. Yeah. And I feel like that's what I've learned, just to stay calm in a lot of situations. Yeah. Now you see.
Like just breathe and just
breathe. Take time out. So, yeah.
No, man. Yo, thanks for pulling up, man.
Thank you very much for having me, brother. Yeah, Thank you very much.
Yeah, man. If you joined in thus far, I always forget to do this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, peace. We out. That was dope, man. Thank you.
No, thank you.